Hello, you are listening to the OmniTalk Fast Five, brought to you in partnership with the A&M Consumer and Retail Group, Firework, SPS Commerce, and Sezzle. Ranked in the top 10% of all podcasts globally, the OmniTalk Fast Five podcast is the podcast that we hope makes you feel a little smarter, but most importantly, a little happier each week too. Today is April 13th, 2023. I'm your host, Ann Mazenga.
And I'm Chris Walton.
And we're here once again to discuss all the headlines making waves in the world of omnichannel retailing.
Did I kind of said my name there, Ann? I was very ebullient.
I don't know what that means. You know better than to use words that are like 50-cent pieces.
Full of life, Ann. Full of life.
But there you go. I guess I didn't notice that.
I was effervescing, man. I was trying really hard.
I'm trying to be more full of life than I was in last week's podcast.
Yes,
because I listened back to that and I was like, oh my God.
It took you a little while to warm up last weekend.
Jump in.
Yeah, you hit your stride like by the third or fourth headline, though. You got your gear. You found fifth gear at some point. You started off in like neutral, but you made it. You got it going
neutral
on.
Going uphill. Yeah, that's right? About where I was going.
So yeah, no, you did good. But yeah, what's up with you this weekend? What do you got planned? My wife is out of town with the kids. She went to the in-laws in Vegas. She took OmniTalk thing 1 and thing 2 to Vegas. I am actually gonna nerd out, Ann. I am thinking it's Movie Fest weekend. I'm gonna try to see Air.
Oh, we're gonna see Air this weekend too.
Yeah,
I'm excited about that. It's at the theater.
It's at our theater by our house. So is Everything Everywhere All at Once. I'm gonna try to see that. I'm going to finish Reservoir Dogs, which I started at 3 a.m. last night as well, because I couldn't sleep because I was busy thinking about work. And I was like, I needed a really relaxing film. So I chose Reservoir Dogs. But yeah, I haven't seen it in a while. So yeah, but what about you?
It's my son's birthday tomorrow, one of them. So I am going to drink a bunch of wine and try to put together a treasure hunt or a scavenger hunt he wants at a park.
Oh.
I don't know how I'm doing that yet, but yeah, I've saved so many things from Shop Talk, like the giveaway things.
Yeah.
And those are going to be like prizes.
Nice.
Even though like there's a Shop Talk, we got a Shop Talk, like a booklet with our faces on it.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, this is going to be, this is where the clues are going to come out of. So I'm going to have to like put that in there. But then I'm chaperoning a field trip today, Chris, for my middle schooler.
Oh wow, the middle school chaperone. Wow.
Yes.
What's that like?
Well, I was joking
quick few seconds
because I was like, I should totally wear like a crop top and short shorts or something, like, and just be like,
unembarrassed.
Hey y'all, I'm Sally's mom. And he came up to me this morning. He's like, can you like make your hair so it doesn't look like a Karen? Like, I was like, whoa,
teenager embarrassed by mom.
I'm not a Karen, and I will show up and I will be cool and fun, and we'll walk together to the nature center and learn a ton of stuff about whatever nature
nature stuff is.
I have no idea what to do. But his teacher has a TikTok channel, so I'm thinking we're gonna jive. Like I think she's gonna be pretty cool. So
nice. I don't know how to comment on that, and nor do I think I should. Most likely,
probably not.
But I'm just gonna let that one sit.
Just let me take the daggers for you so that I can prepare you once you get into middle school. But it is not fun. So sympathy for all the parents out there.
I'm almost there already too. All right, well, let's do the show.
Yes.
In today's Fast Five, I think this is gonna be a fun episode, Ann. In today's Fast Five, we've got news on Walmart suing Capital One to get out of its credit card deal, GNC's new store model, American Eagle parting ways with its quiet platform CEO. That one took us by surprise. Ikea's new virtual interior design service. But we begin today with what I would call, Ann, I'm curious what you think of it, but very confusing news out of Amazon.
Yeah, for sure. So Chris, Amazon will begin charging for some returns made at UPS stores. So it's basically like a lottery system, I guess. You just like say you're going to return and then it spits out whether or not you have to pay or not. But according to Supply Chain Dive, customers may be charged when selecting the UPS store for a return if a free option like returning at Amazon Fresh, Whole Foods, or Kohl's locations is within the same distance or closer to their delivery address.
Wow.
Little additional information was provided, except Amazon spokesperson Steve Kelly had this to say, quote, "We always offer a free option for customers to return their item. If a customer would prefer to return their item at a UPS store where there is a free option closer to their delivery address, a small amount of customers may incur a $1 fee." End quote.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on this, Chris?
Wow. I'm kind of fascinated by this whole thing. I don't actually know what to make of it, honestly, right now. I'm kind of don't have an opinion on it, but here's what's going through my head.
Okay.
For all the loyal listeners out there. So for background, there are, according to Supply Chain Dive, that article that you referenced, there are over 1,100 Kohl's stores and over 500 Whole Foods stores throughout the country.
Okay.
Which to me means more often than not, if people don't want to go to Kohl's or Whole Foods, they're going to pay the extra buck to take their return to UPS.
For sure.
You think so?
Yeah. $1 is that's not enough of a friction point.
Yeah, especially when that's your option. And Whole Foods are in very high demographics. So this strategy probably is applying to a higher income demographic from the beginning. And for that reason, I think I'm leaning towards I don't like this, because I think this is an example of Amazon trying to be too smart for their own good that will bite them in the butt later. Like they're trying to be too perfect and dissect this. Like, how can we get people to pay us a little bit extra who aren't going to care about it, kind of thing.
Yeah.
But like, it's in the long run, it's going to hurt them, because Walmart and Target, who, by the way, also have marketplaces, which are growing in power each and every day, they don't charge for in-store returns.
Nope.
Nor will they probably plan to. So therefore, it gives people, Amazon's customers, another reason to look at those marketplaces compared to Amazon's. So the smarter move to me would have been to not talk about this at all and just absorb it in the cost of the next prime increase that you're likely going to pass on to your customers. So I don't understand why they took that approach. But the big question it raises for me is, are we about to see the days of free online returns being over?
Yeah.
Like similar to what we're seeing with Zara doing overseas. So net, that's my take. What do you think, though?
Yeah, I mean, I agree with you completely. I mean, I said this when Amazon started charging for grocery delivery a few months ago. Once Amazon does that, they set the customer expectation. So I do think we're going to start to, if this kind of continues, and especially if Amazon, who knows what kind of revenue they're going to see from 150 million people who are Prime members now paying $1 every single time they return something, which is fairly frequently, I would imagine. But yeah, I think that opens the door for every other retailer at that point to say, we're going to charge for something. We're going to charge you for this, whether it's a nominal $1 fee or it's, $3, $5, like we're starting to see. It also makes me wonder. So I'm going to be posting a video. I did a DoorDash package pickup return. It also makes me wonder how that impacts that business too, because now that you have third-party services that are doing returns for you, like, is that enough to make me say, well, actually, $3 for the return from DoorDash plus a tip plus another dollar fee. Like, now is it worth it for me to go? But it is not convenient to go to the Whole Foods and to the Kohl's locations. I mean, there's not enough grocery stores. There's not enough Kohl's stores to make it, for me personally, to like the hassle of parking in a busy parking lot at a Whole Foods or, a mall parking lot at a Kohl's to have to walk. Like, they're not convenient options. So I think in the long run, I think we're going to continue to see, more retailers do this, but a lot more friction from the customer's standpoint, who, to your point, would be much happier saying, like, I'll just pay $10 more a year in Prime fee.
Yeah, that's why I don't like this. Like, it puts it in the head of the customers. It gives your competitors an out, and Walmart's not going to do it because Walmart has the physical store advantage, which we've talked about before. So this doesn't make any sense to me.
It makes a very compelling case for Target and for Walmart. Like, I think the theme of this podcast, I think we'll see, is more reasons to go to Walmart, and this could be one of them. Yeah,
it just seems like a silly way to do this, in my opinion. All right. Headline number 2. Walmart wants out of its Capital One credit card deal and is suing Capital One to make that happen. And according to Retail Dive, Walmart has said Capital One has repeatedly failed to meet a number of contractual obligations in its card partnership deal, as described in a lawsuit filed Friday in the U.S. District Court for the Southern District of New York. See, we try to bring you the headlines, and we don't just tell you what they are. We give you where the lawsuit was filed. And...
Yeah. Do you think it's Paul Giamatti, though? Because isn't he the Southern District of New York?
Oh, in Billions? I have no idea. I've not seen that show. I need to watch it.
Oh, God. That's what you need to spend this weekend.
Yeah, right. That's a big investment. All right. Walmart argues that Capital One failed to meet customer care standards in 5, quote, critical categories over a 12-month rolling period, according to the lawsuit. And a Capital One spokesperson called Walmart's lawsuit, quote, an attempt to renegotiate the economic terms of the partnership it agreed to just a few years ago or end the deal early, end quote. Should also be noted that Walmart has been standing up its own fintech unit over the past few years and has also begun pilot testing a new banking platform called One in the background as all this has been going on. And generally speaking, I like to think where there's smoke, there's fire. Is that the case here? What do you think? Yes,
I do. I think, to use another ridiculous overused comparison, I think this is the first domino to fall. I think this is huge. We heard in Jamie Dimon, his letter to shareholders at JP Morgan Chase last week, he lists Walmart as a threat to their financial institution, to JP Morgan and to others. And I thought, like, I couldn't believe that he was saying that, because we've been talking about this. We had, Alvier, we've been talking to them. We did the event yesterday with Tim and Dardis, and just talking about what the capabilities that retailers have, and just the reason that retailers have to have a financial relationship with their consumers, especially someone like Walmart.
Yes, especially someone like Walmart.
Especially Walmart. You're going there multiple times per week. It makes sense to, start to save up or invest money or put money aside, budget money with Walmart, when you're going to be shopping there multiple times a year for needs, not wants, but needs. And then, leveraging, 10% cash back or whatever Walmart's going to give you to be loyal to them. Free Walmart Plus membership, who knows? But Walmart,
good one.
Walmart is a bank. Again, this is, watch out Amazon, because I think that once Walmart is offering cheaper, better returns, they're your bank, you're getting benefits from them. There's a lot more reasons from my perspective to start going to Walmart.
And you're getting your groceries there every week. That's the key thing, right? Like, that's a huge part of this. I mean, I 100% agree with you. I think there's a lot of smoke here, and therefore there's going to be a fire too. But the technology is such, and we talked about it yesterday with Tim Dardis of Alvier, like you said, retailers can do this themselves at this point, or they can, or the other point about this story too, that I think is important to bring up, or they can at least have the threat of doing it themselves, which opens up negotiations with other people on the threat that they can.
Yes.
Right. That's the issue here. And so, to me, bold baller move.
Bold baller. I think bald is, he's like a good hybrid.
He's not bald yet. He's not like me, but it's a bold baller move by McMillan. I love it. And if you want a crash course, honestly, in how retailers can do this, check out our pod with Alvier's Tim Dardis that dropped yesterday, and will be in our newsletter tomorrow. You're going to want to see it. It's going to blow your mind about how simple and easy it is. And Tim, the best part about it, he does a great job of outlining how you can crawl, walk, run to institute the concepts of embedded finance in your retail organization. It's a great primer for anyone that's interested.
And not just how the retailers can do it, but how the customers are already doing this. People are putting money into a Starbucks card, into the app. It's not foreign to them. And once you have Walmart, the biggest retailer in the US, rolling this out, now people are going to become more familiar with it. It's going to become commonplace. It's something that you absolutely need to be paying attention to.
You gave yourself grief for your start last weekend. I think you're turbocharged this week.
Oh, is that a bad thing?
No, turbocharged is like the souped up sports car. You're revving to go here, man. This is
I got to get ready for my field trip.
Yeah, right? All right.
All right. Headline number 3, GNC has unveiled a new tech-driven store model. So with 88 new store openings and more than that slated for 2023, GNC is redesigning its stores to deliver a technology-based, customer-centric shopping experience. According to Chain Store Age, while each new location offers full retail capabilities and expert advice, the retailer is enhancing the in-store experience with the introduction of a couple key features, Chris.
Tell me what they are, Anne.
First, it's calling social selling, whereby GNC is bridging and integrating the online and in-store expert customer assistance experience by allowing shoppers to speak with 100 of the company's coaches. That's what they call their in-store associates, by the way. I learned that from Scott Sager, the CIO at eTail. The woman that was interviewing him from Modern Retail had never been into a GNC
ever.
No, which was hilarious. So he was explaining this to everybody. Right. But yes, the coaches help consumers build a wellness routine and complete the transaction virtually. Now, second, GNC is also rolling out new point of sale capabilities, specifically a fully mobile point of sale system that allows for curbside pickup, same-day delivery, and online sales at its website, as well as for its coaches to sell beyond the store, including the capability to consult and sell products at external events.
Yes.
Chris.
Yes, Anne. Yes.
Are you gonna head over to GNC?
I really like really like what they're doing here.
Okay. Well, tell me why.
Well, I mean, I have no doubt without talking to you, I have no doubt you're dying to discuss the virtual service angle here.
Yes.
Especially after you shot a great video of Best Buy's virtual store earlier this week and put that out on social media. So the point I'm going to geek out on for all the loyal OmniTalk fans is the point of sale topic, because, and you and I, full disclosure, we have some inside knowledge of how this was done because they're doing it in partnership with a company called Xenia Retail. And it's cool because GNC has basically given their team members a point of sale device via a mobile device, essentially. So nice redundancy, Walton, but they've given their team members a point of sale via a mobile device that runs almost as a redundant system against their POS. That's a good way to describe it, which we all know are an incredible pain to overhaul and prevent you from going fast in this omni-channel evolution. So listen up out there, because this is a smart way to go about giving yourself omni-channel capabilities, because as we talked about, Sam's Club said it, Walmart said it, John Furner said it to me personally, the omni-channel point of sale system is the most important technological system that you have to invest in.
Yeah.
So, you know, it works for mobile selling in store as a standalone POS system. It works for selling at standalone events, like you talked about, the whole 9 yards. It's a super smart thing. So I just love it for that reason. But what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I think the point of sale part, really smart. I think it also helps when you think about, you know, the flexibility that you not only give your associates in store, but I think it's also like the virtual store that we talked about too, and that they're doing. Like, I check out the video. It's on our YouTube page, our OmniTalk Retail YouTube page. We posted it on social this week, but you know, essentially with a Best Buy virtual store, and I assume with GNC, like, it's one click and you're right there. You've got somebody's, you know, face in front of you, talking to you live, showing you products, holding up labels, like, you know, showing you the density of the protein powder, like opening a bar for you and showing you what it looks like. Like, it's giving you all the experience that you could want and need. You're very particular about your protein bars, so I am. Appreciate that.
Read me the label, please.
Yes. And like, how sticky is you don't like
that's why I don't go to GNC, because I'm very particular about what I put in my body.
But I think, you know, most importantly here, it's amazing what is being done with this virtual store, you know, at GNC, what Best Buy is doing. But I do love the cart process. At the end of my Best Buy experience, the associate that was helping me, the blue shirt, he said he texted me my cart. He took the whole cart from the whole conversation we had, shot it to me over text immediately. He could send it to the store for me to pick that item up in an hour if I wanted to do that. Or he could make it happen all like through, you know, an online order. And I think that's the type of flexibility that we're talking about here, that John Furner talked about being so important. And I think it's just the beginning of where this is going to go, and what the flexibility of the store, where the store can happen, where transactions can take place, and what the customer service angle for this looks like.
100%. It's the exact same reason why Sam's Club was able to roll out concierge curbside pickup like 1 week after the pandemic, in like 6 days, whatever it was, and have incredible usage rates with it too. All right, headline number 4. According to Retail Dive, the head of American Eagle's Quiet Platforms has stepped down as the apparel retailer prepares to slash expenses after the logistics unit failed to meet expectations. American Eagle has parted ways with our buddy and former Target colleague Shekhar Natarajan, quote, effective immediately. Niall Murphy, who became the logistics unit's chief business officer last year, is set to take over on an interim basis. In a Q4 earnings call, American Eagle Chief Operating Officer Michael Rempel, shout out for the second week in a row, Michael, said that while Quiet Platforms grew nearly 40%, it did so at margins that were, quote, below what we expected. And this is an absolutely stellar time to give you the put you on the spot question this week. Are you ready for it?
I'm ready.
Yeah, this is a great question.
Yeah.
Quote, when American Eagle Outfitters purchased Quiet Logistics back in 2021, one of its goals was to combine and manage the order volume of multiple retailers, i.e. their competitors, to try and take advantages of economies of scale. Does this key departure mark the end of American Eagle trying to accomplish that goal, or, this is my favorite part, or should it mark the end?
I don't think that it's the end.
Oh, really?
No, I think that what is happening is that American Eagle and Quiet Logistics are seeing that it's probably not going to be as easy. Not that they thought it was easy, but people aren't ready. You're talking about mall retailers to get economies of scale, right? And you're talking about lots of legacy retailers. And I think it just is going to take, I think they might be a little bit before their time. And I think they're starting to realize that. So I don't think this is like a complete shutdown of that capability, but I do think it involves some important either partnerships or rethinking around how they're going to make this work for a very legacy old school retailer. I also think that there's likely more, because of these legacy retailers that they're working with, there's probably likely some more hurdles that they need to get over in terms of competitive, like, what do you say? Like collaboration is the new competition. I think people like to talk about that, but I think when it gets down to brass tacks, like I don't think that you have retailers that are like, I'm going to give American Eagle, like Gap, I'm going to give American Eagle or Lucky Brand or whatever. Like we are competing for the direct same customers. Like, why am I going to go with you versus just a white label 3?
You don't want to share your holiday throughput at the facility with a competing brand, right?
Yeah. So I think that there's still some time that needs to be given to this though, because they only purchased Quiet Logistics in the end of 2021.
Right.
It hasn't even been 2 years yet. And I think you need to give this a little bit more runway than they did for this to actually work. Like, so I don't know. I think there's some problems all around here, but it seems like too short to like cut this off right away. And without giving some like time for tweaks.
Interesting.
What do you think? You're looking at me like I have 3 heads.
I am. Yeah, no, because I think I had like this epiphany as you were talking, like, I think it's probably done. And the reason I say that is actually the statistic that I didn't think about until you just started talking about that. 40% growth is not big when it just started. Like you should be seeing triple digit growth at higher levels. So like that means, to your point, they're not selling this to anybody really either. And they're not selling it to anybody properly, which he stated specifically. So that makes me think, what do we have here? And so when I step back from it, I'm kind of sad because I initially, and we talked a lot about this, we talked to Shakar at Manifest. I thought there was a there. I really did. But the there can't just be a 3PL of a different color, which is, as we were listening to Shakar at that conference, it sounded more and more like, and we were talking about this, it sounded more and more like that's what it was. It's just a 3PL of a different color. The there that is there for me is figuring out how to make this happen at the mall level, particularly for localized, close to consumer fulfillment, like we talked about with Dematic's Kim Baudry, you know, like that's the idea here. But sadly, I think to your point, which I would reemphasize, I don't think that dream is ever going to happen because it's just too damn capital expensive for the mall operators to redo their buildings in that manner. And then number 2, you still have to get all the retailers bought in, like you said, which is still a massive hurdle. So it does make me wonder, in light of Gap, you know, shutting down its retail media network, if we're not going to see similar shutdowns of ideas like this. Like people are running after this, but at the end of the day, what's the real point of differentiation against a traditional 3PL that's done this for decades?
Right.
And if you don't have that, I don't see why it works. So I'm actually decidedly glass half empty on this announcement net. What do you think though? By changing your tune?
I just drank Shakar's Kool-Aid.
Yeah.
And I always will. He's like the best.
He's so charismatic, but you got to watch that too, you know, but I don't know, but who knows? You know, I love the guy, but you know, maybe there's, I don't know.
I just think it's before its time. I
think it's before its time.
I think it's too early. I think that's what the issue is.
All right.
All right, Chris, let's go to headline number 5. Ikea has unveiled a new virtual interior design service. So according to The Verge, for the low price of $99 per room in your home or $299 in a business setting.
It's a pretty good deal.
You can relinquish your DIY dreams of making your space yours yourself and let IKEA's designers take care of all the planning. The new interior design service is accomplished digitally over video calls, 3 of them to be exact,
3,
which comes after booking an appointment and taking an online survey wish list that you will fill out to help IKEA figure out your needs. Then an IKEA designer will build you a mood board, map out your space in 3D, and work with you on furnishing materials and lighting choices.
Ooh, gotta have those lighting choices.
Finally comes the logistics of getting the items home or setting up delivery and putting it all together. You can do it all yourself, or you can use IKEA's TaskRabbit service to take the plans and do it for you, which I love.
Yes.
That third. I'll take the third one.
I know, right? Yes.
Chris, what do you think of this?
Oh, man. I read this headline ad.
Yeah.
I'm going to go on a little bit of a Walton rant here today, too, to close this show out. It's been a while. because this headline pisses me off.
Oh my gosh, why?
It pisses me off because I'll tell you why. I have a lot of history with this headline, Ann. I tried to get this concept off the ground for 2 years at Target.
Ooh.
And I ran into nothing but pushback. And the price I wanted to do it at, Ann,
what
was $99 effing dollars.
Oh my god.
Exactly. Because it was completely.
See, you're like quiet logistics. You're just before your time.
I know, right? I know. And it's so frustrating because it's an idea that's completely in the ethos of the expect more, pay less, and the design for all ethos of what Target is. And nothing, in my opinion, nothing in the world should be more democratized than the overly priced concept of interior design. Okay. Nothing. It is the most overpriced thing you can possibly spend your money on. And so I think this is only the beginning. Like, let IKEA get a hold of this. Kudos to them for doing it. It's only going to get better with AI. You probably don't even need a designer, as I was stepping back and thinking about this at the end of the day. Sure. Like, there's so many companies, like Stylytics is a great one that's putting, stylizing your wardrobe with AI. They're complementing all your clothes. Like, why can't AI do that for a room? Like, you put the dimensions in, you don't need a designer for that ultimately at the end of the day. So Target, you slept on this one. I'm calling you out for it. And now IKEA is doing it. Mazel tov, my Swedish friends. That's my last point. I am fired up. I am so angry about this.
I can tell. But
a lot of bad, passionate blood in this story for me.
Think about
but I love the headline. It's like, so awesome. It's so awesome.
This is my dream come true.
I know, right? Like, isn't it? Yes.
I love going and I don't love going into the IKEA, but I love seeing the scenes that they set up. Yes. And I do just want to like lift and land into my house according to what my specs are. I mean, how many blogs are out there that's like interior designers doing the look for less, like get this version of your favorite, design within reach table at IKEA and, or IKEA hacks that there are out there to take and make your IKEA furniture like exactly what you want it to be in your room. And like the best of all, like they're putting it in a mood board for me so that at any given time, like this reminded me of the new CEO of Pinterest that was on stage at Shop Talk, where he's talking about like, they're going to give you the mood board. And then when you're ready to execute, it's just boom, 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 buy. And all of it's in your cart. And I can go drive to IKEA, pick it up, which they have a really slick pickup service, or, hire a TaskRabbit to come and actually put the whole room together. And all of that is less than like your one interior design consultation from any other designer. That, not to like knock the designers, but like, it's affordable for it democratizes it.
100% too. And the other key point in what you're saying too is like, and having a background steeped in home furnishings in my career, like what you're describing doesn't keep you locked into my house looks like IKEA, right? You can actually, from a Pinterest, the example you're using in Pinterest, which they could go after this, Wayfair could go after this. You can get designs from many different manufacturers to make your house look more eclectic as well.
Yeah, that's what you hire the interior designer for.
Exactly.
Like I have my plans, put this all together, like, nip and tuck and find the right things that should go in, or I should invest more in or something like that.
Exactly. Which is why it's limited in some scope to IKEA. But, now that they're going to do it, everyone's going to follow on. So, it's a great point.
Well, let's bring your blood pressure down.
Yeah, my blood pressure's okay. It's good to vent. I'm always better when I vent.
That's true. Get it out. Get it out.
Just got to get it out.
Okay, Chris, let's go to the lightning round. Hard Mountain Dew, your favorite alcoholic beverage. They threw a rager at a Florida retirement village last week, Chris, and it was off the hook. If you had to pick a brand or product that you'd anticipate that will be throwing a party at your retirement village in the future, who would you guess that it'd be?
I think, by the time I'm retired, I'm guessing I'm going to go with over-the-counter Viagra. And I think Viagra will be over-the-counter sold. Maybe not.
I mean,
but I think where I'm going to be partying, that's probably going to be widely used. All right, Ann, question number 2. Easter came and went this past Sunday. Of all the famed seasonal fictional characters, for example, the Easter Bunny, Santa Claus, the Great Pumpkin, you name it, Ann.
Yep.
Which one would you most want to disavow?
Oh, for sure, the Easter Bunny.
Oh, 100%. Thank God.
Oh my
God.
That. I had to go to Goodwill because I forgot it was Easter until Saturday night and like scavenge at Goodwill to try to find an Easter basket because Target and everybody was sold out.
That's what inspired the question. Why do we need a freaking holiday like this to just give kids
not in the
candy?
Spring? There's it's so going on. So like, why do you have to throw this in on me?
100%.
Okay, Chris. Indochino announced it's expanding its women's offering to all stores and to its e-commerce site per a company press release. Which female screen siren do you think best rocks a suit, and in which movie, Chris?
I know this immediately, Ann. Immediately. Cate Blanchett in the movie Veronica Guerin, which I know you haven't seen.
I've never seen.
She looks so good in a pantsuit in that movie.
It's not called a pantsuit.
Well,
like, it's just a suit.
Right.
This is like, you don't need to say working mom. It's just a mom. Pantsuit. I cannot shop talk. I cannot tell you the number of men that came up to me and were like, "Ian, I loved your pantsuit." Like, Jesus, people, it's just a suit. Women can wear suits too. Now you're gonna get me fired up.
But isn't there a version of a woman's suit that doesn't come with pants, like shorts?
Yeah, but it's just a suit. It's suiting.
Still a suit?
It's just women's suiting.
All right. Okay. All right.
Same thing as men's suiting. That's it.
Wow.
End of story.
All right. And simmer down, and simmer down.
Yeah,
all right.
You got me on
last
the wrong,
one. No,
wrong
that's
topic.
good. I'm glad I got you fired up. Starbucks knew, but Veronica Guerin, you got to check that movie out. She looks great. All right. Starbucks knew olive infused coffee is reportedly forcing some customers to run for the bathroom. And given this, what some could call troubling news,
Yes.
will you try Oleato?
A little too close to Olestra, like Olestra from the 90s. Yeah, I do want to try it. I'm not touching it. But I do like those bulletproof coffees. So I think like it's probably really lovely. Now, do I need to have like a grande coffee? Probably not. I'll probably go for like a short or something to start.
Yeah, it's funny. The Trenta Oleato.
Yes.
I just want to say it's probably like good before the morning colonoscopy, I would imagine.
God.
My God.
Well, I don't know. People in Italy live longer and the Mediterranean live longer. Maybe it's because of the coffee and their frequent.
It's true. It slims you down,
trips.
right?
Yeah.
There's lots of benefits to it. All right. That wraps us up today. Happy birthday today to Allison Williams, Ron Perlman, and to the kid I liked a lot better 40 years ago when he was Ricky Stratton. The still young Ricky Schwarter, who I believe turns only, believe it or not, just 53 today. I got to look that up. I meant to look that up before I got on the show just to confirm, but I think that's how old he is. So remember, if you can only read or listen to one retail blog in the business, make it OmniTalk, the only retail media outlet run by two former executives from a current top 10 U.S. retailer. Our Fast Five podcast is the quickest, fastest rundown of all the week's top news, and our twice weekly newsletter tells you the top 5 things you need to know each day, and also features special content that is exclusive to us and only just for you. And we try really hard to make it all fit within the preview pane of your inbox. You can sign up today at www.omnitalk.blog. Thanks as always for listening in. Please remember to like and leave us a review wherever you happen to listen to your podcast or on YouTube. So until next week, and on behalf of all of us here at OmniTalk Retail, as always, be careful out there.
The OmniTalk Fast 5 is brought to you in association with the A&M Consumer and Retail Group. The A&M Consumer and Retail Group is a management consulting firm that tackles the most complex challenges and advances its clients, people, and communities toward their maximum potential. CRG brings the experience, tools, and operator-like pragmatism to help retailers and consumer products companies be on the right side of disruption. And Firework. Firework is the largest video commerce solution built for the world's leading brands. They empower brands with shoppable and live stream video on their own websites where people like to shop. Put your commerce in motion with Firework. You can find out more at firework.com. And SPS Commerce. SPS Commerce is redefining how businesses across the supply chain operate in an omnichannel world. Their experts, tech, and data work together to fuel your growth and deliver for your customers. To find out more, head to spscommerce.com. And Sezzle. Sezzle is an innovative buy now, pay later solution that allows shoppers to split purchases into 4 interest-free payments over 6 weeks. To learn more, visit Sezzle.com.